All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This is another day in paradise, and once again, I am with Reda. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
How you been?
Good, good.
You've been working a lot lately.
Yes.
All right.
a
I'm
lot.
glad you made some time.
But we always make time for
Yeah.
important things.
Exactly, such as another day in paradise. So don't
Exactly.
forget to subscribe, like, comment.
Uh,
I didn't figure out how to put that button of like a super like or whatever, like when you
Yeah,
donate money. It's coming your way. I came across a really cool topic
Here we go.
a long time ago. I'm not sure how long ago, but because I heard about this story a while ago, and then I went online and I found an article about it. So there is a girl
Mm-hmm.
who, I'm paraphrasing. I don't want to read. I'm horrible at reading, but and she called herself Mrs. Pretty.
Mrs. Pretty.
Yes.
All right. Nice to
And
meet you.
she, or Miss Pretty, sorry, she put an ad on Craigslist, and she's in the lookout for rich men. She's 25, and she describes herself as. So let me start reading what she posted. I'm going to be honest of what I'm going to say here. I am 25 this year. I am very pretty. I have style and good taste. I wish to marry a guy with $500,000 annual salary or above.
Mm-hmm.
You might say I am greedy, but an annual salary of $1 million a year is considered only as a middle class in New York.
All right.
This is just the first paragraph.
All right.
Wait, there is more. So, $500,000. I know in the US we give salaries by. Can you put the sound up a little bit, maybe for the two mics? So in New York, I mean in the States in general, we give annual salaries compared to Europe or Morocco, where we say your
Yeah, when you
salary
speak
by
of
month.
salaries,
But
yeah.
it potato. Like
Yeah.
if you divide it, it's roughly 41,000 a month.
Yeah.
So, do you think that capital cities are expensive? New York, Paris, Tokyo, etc.,
Mhm,
London.
mhm, mhm.
But if you make $500,000 a year, let alone $1 million, where she says $1 million in New
No,
York,
that's bullshit.
that's BS. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Like, even 500K a year,
Bro, even 200K, you're on the top. You're on the top in New York.
like, let alone, how much money do you think you can be comfortable in Morocco? And how much money do you think you can be rich in Morocco?
In Morocco?
Yeah. Considering Casablanca is the expensive city, there is also Marrakesh, Rabat, a little bit,
Well-
Tangier, but Casablanca is the big hub where.
It depends on a few factors, like if you have kids, because education is a bit expensive
Yeah.
here and everything. But I would say you're comfortable around.
If you live alone,
If you live alone,
Yeah.
like you're really comfortable at 20K a month. You're really comfortable.
$20,000 a month.
No, 20K Moroccan.
Moroccan,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so 2K.
So yeah, $2,000
$2,000 US dollars.
You're comfortable. Now, if you're talking like rich in a way.
Okay, so hold
which
on.
is-
Let me interrupt you for a second. So if you are married and you have a kid, which is my case, wink, wink.
Mhm.
If you make 2K, she makes 2K dollars, like $2,000 a month, and she makes the equivalent of $2,000 a month,
Mhm.
and you have a kid,
No, you're comfortable.
life is easy,
Yeah.
no problem. Like what I mean by life is easy.
And like we're talking about Morocco as a whole.
Yeah. In average,
So because let's not kid ourselves, we live a pretty comfortable lifestyle for the
I'm rich,
country.
bitch.
So yeah, but rich in Morocco, I think you're rich, like I think like four.
Well, I'm sorry. Let's define rich. Let's define rich like what we consider to be a general definition of rich in Morocco per se. So you have a nice car like a 40, dirhams car, like I'm sorry, $40,000 car. So like a nice Mercedes C-Class or something above, maybe. So I mean, even above, like if you have a SUV, nice SUV, Mercedes, BMW, whatever SUV, that is maybe 1 or 2 year old, that's considered a luxury. That you own your house,
or in the process of
or in the process of, like, the mortgage is not an issue for you, like a very spacious apartment or a small villa. Okay, that, I don't know, you can afford to travel to at least one exotic place once a year, like go to, I don't know, like Dominican Republic, or go to Florida once a year, like one big trip. I think that you are considered like way above average. So
well, I think like basically the spending fields are pretty much the same. Being rich is just that in each field you're on the high end.
Yeah,
that means that your kids go to the best schools. You wear nice clothes. You drive nice cars.
You go on nice
travel.
vacations.
When you travel, you go to nice places.
Yeah,
so, and I think that being rich is being able to afford all of that, and save up money and be able to invest and grow your wealth and everything. Like basically at the end of the month, you're not like, okay,
let me look at my bank account.
Yeah, exactly.
And see what's going on. Like when you go to fancy restaurants. Keep going.
Some people might feel that they're not rich with 50K, and some will feel rich.
It's very relative. So it's subjective. You are rich compared to somebody.
But this shit of saying like 1 million is like middle class or whatever.
Okay, let's keep moving on. So what I described as being comfortable or very comfortable in Morocco, anything above that, you are considered wealthy or rich. And like when you go to fancy restaurants, you don't look at how much things are. When you go to hotels, you are hoping to find a great hotel. You don't care if it's a 4-star, 5-star, or you don't care about the price. You're just hoping to find that great hotel, and you don't consider the price.
Well, when you win 10
then you start thinking of yourself as being rich.
When you like earn 10 times the lowest,
the average salary in Morocco.
So how can you not be comfortable?
That's true. But
just before we get into this, because it was funny when you started the article where she said, I'm 25 years old and this, and I'm looking for wealthy men. But she's looking to get married.
Yeah. Okay, of course.
That's very important.
Well,
point.
That's a very good point.
Because I thought it was like some kind of girl where she's like, I don't know, like...
I want to be with somebody that deserves me. Just even a boyfriend, that would be fine. Like but she wants to be married
or anything. But
that's true. That's true.
She wants to be married.
She wants to be married, meaning like she wants to take advantage of some of that money. And being married compared to being a girlfriend means that once you marry the guy, if you don't sign a prenup, his money is yours and your money is his. But you don't come up with a lot of money. You just come up with your beauty, whatever. Like she said it here. Like she's like. I'm very pretty. I have style and good taste. So this is what she puts on the table.
Yeah, style, good taste. Basically, she's a trophy wife.
Yeah, and she's honest about it. So let's keep moving on. My requirements are not high. Is there anyone? So she's her requirements are not, but maybe she is high on something.
Delusional.
She's high on something, all right. Oh no. Anyways. Is there anyone in this forum, meaning Craigslist, who has an income of 500,000 K or 500K annual salary? Are you all married? I'm sorry. I wanted to ask, what should I do to marry a rich persons like you, rich people like you? Anyways, among those I've dated, the richest is 250K annual income, and it seems that that's my upper limit. So 250K, that's still like you are clearing about 10K a month, is it? No, more. Was it 20? 20K a month. Yeah, 20K a month.
Yeah, well,
20K a month. Even in New York, man, you are so comfortable.
Of course you are.
Like, I don't see like how she thinks that's not enough.
Well, first of all, we know that she's delusional if she thinks that $1 million is
Well,
fast.
and
So-
also like my requirements are not high. Really,
and
honey?
the other thing that is quite funny is that I don't know. I'm looking for rich, wealthy people. What the hell are you doing in
Honestly.
Craigslist?
She has balls. Okay, but she will answer your question in a
Alright.
few seconds. But she has balls.
No,
She's honest. So many
course.
girls are like that, gold diggers per se, and
Yeah.
they just don't say it. She at least has balls to. I mean, of course, she is hiding behind animosity of Craigslist. Her name is not really Mrs. Pretty, but hey, let's put it out there. See what comes back. So, if someone is going to move into a high-cost residential area on the west of New York City Garden, like near, of course, Central Park, $250,000 annual income is not enough. Well, of course. My argument is these apartments, I looked them up because when you go to New York and you take a tour, they show you these apartments because this is where celebrities live. I know
The Upper East Side.
the Upper East Side, etc. The
Yeah.
West Side also near the apartments, they have a fantastic view on Central Park, etc. And they go for roughly $15K a month per rent. 15K, 17K, 20. I mean, it depends, but it floats around those numbers. And celebrities can afford those prices. So here is the thing. You can be very comfortable with a Mercedes SUV, a BMW SUV that costs here in Morocco around 70K, etc. Like even the Porsche SUV, they made them a little bit more affordable. So, but you are considered to be driving a luxurious car. But again, there is ultra luxurious cars like
Lamborghinis,
Bentleys,
Ferraris,
etc., etc. And
yeah.
so yeah, of course, if you have only 250K, only 250K, you cannot drive those cars. You cannot live in those areas. You cannot, if you make 20K a month, you cannot live in a 16K apartment rent. So of course, she's right there. Like, you cannot afford to have expensive Louis Vuitton bags like left and right. You will think twice before you can buy them, before you can go to those. You cannot have a private jet. So these are called ultra rich. So, but to be rich with 250K, I think you made it.
Yeah, like it's very subjective. Like I told you, I'm sure that some people that have 500K a month, a year,
Yeah.
and they depends on the circles they're around. If everyone's flying with private jets and you only take first class, like you feel like a poor guy.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that circle. So
Yeah. I mean, you're rich compared to other people, and you are
Yeah.
also poor compared to other people.
I have a friend that's wealthy. He's a financial trader, whatever,
Okay.
in Switzerland, and he moved recently to Dubai. And I asked him what was the thing,
The attraction?
no, the thing that he liked the place and everything. And I asked him like what makes that place different from
Oh, okay.
from other places. Like he lived in Zurich, which is a
Yeah,
very
I mean,
nice,
Switzerland
European,
to start with is a
yeah.
very expensive country. Yeah.
And he told me like, you know what's crazy in Dubai
Mm-hmm.
is there's no spending limit.
No spending limit. What does it mean?
That means that if you have money, you can find ways to spend it. Whereas in Europe, New York, everything, you can like.
That's true everywhere.
He told me like crazy things. Like
Give us
this is, like,
examples.
you can see it on social media. Like
True,
you can,
true.
You can buy a tiger.
yeah, that's
can-
that's crazy.
They have like those gold ATMs.
Like it's gold,
You put your credit card.
and the
when
machine
you-
is gold.
And
Oh,
they
you
give
buy gold?
Gold, solid gold. Restaurants, you can spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Easily. Activities the same. Like
Interesting.
like
But
there's this guy that has, to tell you like the amount of craziness he has in his house a McDonald's.
oh, I heard that
Yeah,
story.
I heard
DJ
it.
Snake, right?
The
DJ Snake said when he
Yeah,
went,
he went to-
he
to
went
that
to the
guy's,
house
like,
and he said,
yeah.
"Oh, do you guys want McDonald's? Yeah, but do you think they're still open?" He said, "Dude, I have McDonald's in my house."
So So when you're at that level,
Dude, that's
it's
crazy. That's a
basically
crazy story right there.
You have like the service provider for you. There's
Yeah.
no spending limits.
I
you
think
know?
that's a good point. I think in rich countries, you can afford to buy anything, and they are receptive to making anything happen as long as you have money. Like you worked in a luxurious
Yes.
hotel, and anything could go. But if you come here, we are not prepared. Like even in the luxurious hotels in Morocco, they are not prepared to go to that extra mile. Like they would be reasonable. There would be a limit.
Yeah, no, of course.
There would be a limit.
No, even there, even in Switzerland, and where I used to work,
Yeah.
there is a limit. But there are places in the world where there's no limit.
I mean, like for example, there is a limit. Like somebody can call you and say, "Listen, I need a private jet in 2 hours. I want to go
No,
somewhere.
but that-
Make it
but
happen
that's
right
reasonable.
now."
What I'm telling you is,
What is
in
something that
Dubai,
would not be reasonable? For example, as a demand that you
Okay,
you've probably
like,
heard of in the
I
hotel.
want a $1 million dinner. Like you would be in Switzerland or whatever, you would buy the craziest stuff, whatever, etc.
Does it even exist? Like a
There's gonna be a point where you're gonna have everything and not spend that $1 million. But in some countries, the imagination runs so wild that
I think they get bored with their money.
Well-
That's the thing.
money comes in, like oil countries and things like that. Money comes in faster than it can ever come out.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have people that invite for a wedding thousands, not hundreds, thousands of people, and the invitations are the latest iPad, right? Per invitation.
Oh, that's
That
the
is-
invitation card.
Yeah, that is gold.
Plated.
Golden. So you're like maybe 10K per invitation, and
That's
you're
crazy.
sending thousands.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
that's okay.
nuts. That's
You
nuts.
know, like.
But
so-
another craziness,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure if you can say it and
Yeah.
tell the story. But tell us the story about the plane ticket, the guy who rented the plane, without saying all the details
yeah.
that would compromise you. But
Well,
just say-
basically, we had this client, very wealthy Middle Eastern guy, that wanted to try EasyJet.
so EasyJet for people
EasyJet
in the
is the
States.
low cost-
It's the
low
low
cost,
cost. Like you can go Casablanca to Madrid for $50 or €50. Like
Yeah.
it's these are kind of prices.
And we're talking about people that charter like Airbuses, not even private jets. So very wealthy people. And he's like, "Oh, I wanna try EasyJet. So get me first class of EasyJet."
There's no first class
I
in
told him,
EasyJet.
like, "Bro, there's no first class. Like the most premium thing you can do is maybe choose your seat." You know?
That's it.
And he's like, "Okay, so get me the plane, this, and the luggage on EasyJet is like per piece."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when they travel, man, it's
Yeah,
like
it's like no limit.
truck.
It's never ending. Never ending.
So
The
we're like,
luggages.
I'm like, I can't manually do all this stuff, stuff you're asking me. So, and he tells me like, okay, I want to take the whole plane and stuff. So we call EasyJet and tell them, look, we have a client that wants to go somewhere and stuff. So they tell us we're gonna charter a plane for them,
Just for them.
an EasyJet plane
Yeah.
just for them.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, cool, and everything. The guy pays the whole plane.
That's crazy. Do you remember
To
the
go.
amount? Like around how much?
I don't remember, but it was like at least tens of thousands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I would say 100,000, maybe a
Because
couple
it was,
hundred thousand.
because it was a small flight. It was from Geneva to Paris.
Mhm.
And basically, we finalized the transaction.
Which is a little crazy to
Which
call
is crazy.
EasyJet and say, "Hey."
And basically, this whole transaction, calling EasyJet and stuff, because we have like special lines and everything with them. The whole situation, maybe 30 minutes.
That's it.
Yeah, like it's very fast. And at the end of that, the whole thing, there's his friend or cousin or brother, I don't know, that goes behind him. And he goes out laughing and saying, "Hey guys, I got us EasyJet to go to Paris." And the guy says, "No.
Cancel that shit.
Stop saying bullshit. Get us the jet,
The high end one, the private jet that
like,
we have.
like we're used to." And the guy started laughing and left. So he paid the plane,
Yeah,
never took it.
that's crazy.
Never even took the details. He was like, and I was like, yeah, well, but we pay. It's okay, it's okay. And he just left.
Put it on my
laughing,
card. Don't worry about it.
laughing.
That's crazy.
And yeah, so
So how do they pay? Do they pay with a credit card? So can you charge like? There's no limits on the credit card, obviously, but you just swipe the card for like
Basically,
crazy
what-
amounts.
first of all, they have like special cards. Okay, right? Those kind of cards don't not, don't guarantee that everything they want they have. And as well, through the hotel high-end clients, there's a lot of things that the hotel pays up front, or
Oh, okay.
or we how to say porter garant.
Yeah. Or like we put ourselves as a guarant.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So anyways, money is never an issue in this.
So
problems.
again, a small detail, but
Mhm.
the big guy who's paying for everybody. So usually there's one guy paying for everybody, right? It comes out of one account, the whole party thing, right? Or does everybody come and say, okay, I want to pay for one room and I had one breakfast? It doesn't happen
I
that
think
way.
they all have accounts.
Okay.
Usually, there's one guy that handles the details,
Okay. Like an accountant or somebody.
some kind of
The money
accountant.
guy, yeah, their money guy. Okay. Oops.
The guy with the bag. You know what I mean?
And the scary look.
And a lot of things are cash.
Really?
Yeah. They move around with a lot of cash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they don't get padded by TSA. So
Yeah, so-
they go right through. Anyways, going back to our Mrs. Pretty.
Yeah.
My requirements are not too high. Yeah, right, sweetie. Okay. If someone is gonna move, okay, all right. This is her last paragraph. So I am here humbly. I love how she keeps like throwing flowers at herself. I'm here humbly to ask a few questions. So question number 1: where do most rich bachelors hang out? Please list down names of and addresses of bars, restaurants, and gyms. So, where would you say in Rabat? Because we both live in Rabat. Where would you say? Yeah, it's if you follow the previous episode, this is the concierge who's like yelling because he needs to move some cars around and he
Oh
needs
my
to be
God.
tipped and whatever. It's
It's
fucked
crazy
up
that
in
we
this.
hear it through the.
Listen, this neighborhood is
Yeah.
nuts.
So
Where would you find the rich people, extremely rich people in Rabat, like for example in bars? Where would you go to? Because you go out a little more than I do, even though you don't go out that much.
I don't know, man. To be honest, I'm guessing like.
In Switzerland,
Mhm.
give me a couple names of bars where the people are like very high end.
High end, the hotels, bro.
Yeah.
In hotels, usually like 5-star hotels, you find high end.
People don't think about going to bars and hotels, but people think about hotels as like only people who sleep in a hotel can go in the
Yeah,
hotel, which is a misunderstanding. Like you
No,
can
which
go
is-
there and eat.
It's expensive,
Yeah.
but in terms of ambiance, usually it's not very noisy.
Yeah.
It's a place where you can have a nice discussion, do business, see friends. So it's kind of like low key.
Yeah.
In terms of not low key because
No,
5-star,
I mean
but,
it's
you know,
expensive, but you can chill and
Yeah.
enjoy conversations.
Me
there.
personally, my favorite spots, I think, are hotel spots.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm.
Restaurants. I don't know any restaurant here in Rabat that. Oh, I went to. What is that place in Agdal? The new hotel
Marriott,
Marriott. I
Yeah.
went and I ate there.
the Robuchon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very expensive. My butt still hurts.
was it good though?
Man, it was very expensive. Honestly, I'm not a connoisseur. I'm not I'm not the one who really appreciates like chef's cuisine, like star chef cuisine and
Really?
chef étoilé, etc. Well, that's the thing. I mean,
just-
I enjoy good burgers. Like, I don't like snacks where it's like a little bit. It's like it's dirty and oily everywhere on the walls, but a little bit above, it's good. Where I get served, people are polite. I'm on the table, it's clean. I don't go that much above it because I don't really appreciate
Yeah,
that quality
and-
above it.
And
Uh-huh.
it's very hard to find like real quality. A lot of places are expensive, but the food
Yeah.
like the place that you have downstairs, man.
It's really good.
Really good, really affordable,
Really good.
and one of the best places where to eat
And
in
the
Rabat.
the seating area is fantastic. It's quite many people say, oh, it's too bad they don't have alcohol. Well, actually the place would have a different different vibe if it had alcohol, so it's not that bad if you can
It's amazing.
have dinner without alcohol. Anyways, so and gyms, crazy story in Meknes where I used to live. They opened a few years ago the Moving, and Moving is like very high end gym, and you go to the Moving. Very very cool.
I don't go to the movie.
you are a member of the
I'm
Moving.
just a member, as you can see.
Anyways, and when it opened in Meknes, it was very expensive. Like it's more expensive than the gyms in the States by far, by far. Like you pay in
The
Meknes.
monthly fee
It's okay.
Is okay, but they have like
It's only high end though. Like it's $50 a month
Like I mean, like
for the general population of Morocco. It's a
very
little bit
expensive.
high end. Yeah.
But what's crazy is that they have registration fee
That's crazy.
that's like at some point it was like 2K.
It's 1K. Yeah,
was
it used to be 2K and now
in
it's
dollars.
1K. Yeah.
In dollars.
So $2,000 to be a member of the Moving Club family. So very, very expensive. And in Meknes, I had a friend who used to work there, and she said that many people get loans, many girls get loans to be able to be a member of that Moving Club. So
So
the
she
girl
can
could like
meet-
go and meet a guy
That's
who could
crazy.
afford moving.
That's
so
crazy.
that's nuts. So
Yeah, I waited that they waived the fee and then I
yeah,
registered.
yeah. Honestly, now they are begging me to come back, but it's. Which age group should I target? Which age group do you think people are in her like the target? Like more than 500K,
I think
not married.
I think you're at your financial prime,
Yeah,
45.
yeah, in your 40s, well inside your 40s.
Yeah, 45.
Unless you do tech. Silicon
Yeah,
Valley
of
guys,
course.
usually they are more in their 30s.
Yeah, well, but those like people think that that everyone that's in tech makes money, but it's
No,
it's a
of
small
course.
portion. Like, but
But it's not true, right?
as you can see,
Don't worry, the taxes will not come and chase you. Yeah, I swear I don't have money. Please, no money, no money.
no. But, yeah,
But,
I think
45. So she's 25. So she's technically looking for somebody who's at least
But
20
that's
years
the thing.
younger.
When you're 25,
older.
you're not supposed to look for that.
For somebody who's 20 years your elder.
No, and
That's crazy. But anyways, so and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Or if you marry a celebrity, if you can land a celebrity, then usually, I mean, it could vary of all ages, but you have a chance to get somebody who's in his 30s and who's successful and makes that much money. Next, number 3, she says, why most wives of the riches are only average looking? I have met a few girls who don't have looks and are not interesting, but they are able to marry rich guys. So she doesn't understand why all the rich guys don't date or marry top models.
well, not interesting for you, maybe.
No.
But definitely they have other attributes.
Because she sees everything through the lens of beauty.
Yeah.
So of course, if you see everything through the lens of beauty,
Even like she tried to be smart about it and
yeah,
add,
like I'm prettier, like you're
not
missing out.
interesting, but
Yeah.
not interesting for
to
who?
you, well, compared to you, yeah, maybe.
But,
But again, like she's also trying to like spike them a little bit and say, hey, listen, guys, like you're missing out. Look at me, I'm much prettier. You're wasting your time with somebody who's less beautiful, and you could be with me or somebody like me. And number 4, finally, she finishes up by saying, how do you decide who can be your wife and who can only be your girlfriend? My target is now to get married. And she signs Mrs. Pretty. So, of course,
wife or a girlfriend.
how do you decide?
Well, some people like it's subjective once again, but I think like a wife is a life partner, so it's a bit more than just looks or just
Looks are important.
no, it's
but
important,
you need more.
There's always more,
Yeah.
and it's a combination because basically you need to spend a lot of time with
Yeah.
a wife. She will educate your future
Children.
children as well, so
Yeah.
you need to be aligned on a few things.
Yeah, that's definitely.
You know, like have the same, share the same values, share the same, you know, like. It
Here is
sounds
the
like a
answer,
stupid question.
Dear Mrs. Pretty. So the answer is supposedly from J.P. Morgan CEO. He didn't confirm nor deny. So we'll see. He says, I have read your posts with great interest. Guess there are lots of girls out there who have similar questions like yours. Please allow me to analyze your situation as a professional investor.
I like the
My
approach.
annual income is more than 500K dollars a year, which meets your requirements. So I hope everyone believes that I am not wasting time here. So he clearly qualifies. And I think he makes, when he says, I make more than 500K, it's clearly, it's a gross understatement. He makes, I think, I'm guessing tenfolds that. So anyways, so here we go. From the standpoint of a business person, it is a bad decision to marry you. The answer is very simple. So let me explain. Put the details aside. What you are trying to do is an exchange of beauty and money. Person A provides beauty and person B pays for it, fair and square. However, there is a deadly problem here. Your beauty will fade, but my money will not be gone without any good reason. The fact is, my income might increase from year to year, but you can't be prettier year after year. You
Well,
can't-
it is a depreciating asset.
For sure.
But
At 25, do you think? Do you
I'm
think
not
at 26
sure.
she would not be as pretty as 25?
I think some women, of course, it's not like the vast majority, but some women actually get even
Prettier.
prettier or more attractive with age. Of course, there's the peak,
What is the golden age for a woman?
late 20s.
Like 27, 28? That's the golden
I
age.
think, like, basically, they still have a few good
A few good years.
but that's like,
We could still find a good use for them after 20. But
oh my god, I might regret this podcast.
no, but listen.
No, but yeah, I think.
So you think late 20s, they are still at their peak, like globally? Of course, some
at
people.
least biologically, that's
Yeah.
when they're at their peak.
And how about for men? Do you think it's about the same thing for men?
Well, biology is a bit unfair because men don't have the same biological clock as
Yeah.
women, so they have bigger longevity. And since traditionally, once again, I don't want to get into those debates, but traditionally, a man is a provider, and someone who's able to provide becomes more attractive.
But I'm talking strictly physically.
Well, I think you kind of have, it goes hand in hand because the image of attraction, I don't think limits itself to beauty as much. Oh my god!
Come on, man. Just go for it.
Quicksand here. I think the prime of a man is
Later.
the 45 mark.
Nice. I like that.
So,
Yeah, I think I would say for a woman, like take professional athletes. They are in their prime. So of course, beauty is not physical performance. These are two separate things, but they have like some common grounds.
Yeah.
So the peak of a man athlete is 25 to 35, 25 to 30. That window, he's like on the top. Like
Yeah.
his muscles
As
are
a-
fully developed. He's like,
as an athlete,
yeah.
yes,
For a woman,
I think
it's around the same
more or
age.
less
Yeah,
the same thing.
more or
because
less
it's really biological. They have women hit like menopause.
yeah, but
around,
also
like,
women when they deliver children,
in the 40s delivering
that
children
impacts their
impacts as
physical
well.
attributes. for
Especially
sure.
if you don't take care of like getting back,
Yeah.
putting in the effort to
to get back in shape.
But
Yeah.
athletes is a good example because I was sitting with some friends and a lot of girls were looking at the beauty of athletes, right?
Yeah.
And I started showing them athletes that stopped their career like 10 years ago or things
Mhm.
like that, that are still like fit and everything, but they're not like working out like
As
footballers that
intensely,
is
of
like
course, like
that
Zidane,
hit the
etc. He's not
40s,
training.
45
Yeah,
and things. And when you show them their picture at 45 or their picture at 25, they chose the 45 guy as being more attractive of the
interesting,
same version.
interesting.
So, of course, I think it depends, but
I mean, there are some outliers for sure. Like every time I have this conversation with friends, they say, "Well, I mean, I don't know. There are some beautiful women who are older and
Yeah.
yet beautiful. There are
Exactly.
also beautiful men. I mean, you see George Clooney.
Mhm.
Many people think he's attractive, and he is. And he is, I think, in his 60s, maybe 61. You see Brad
what
Pitt
would be
is
a
in.
nice comparison is to see that same actor like George Clooney in his when he was 25 and when he's 50.
True.
What would be more attractive?
Yeah,
And
definitely. Some people have different peak
of course, there's actually
outliers.
there's too many variables because then even the psychology on the women's side, daddy issues, stuff like that. But anyways,
Do you think plastic surgery is like shifting everything?
no? At least not from my perspective because I rarely saw positive
Yeah.
plastic surgery because usually when you start it, you tend it's like gambling. You tend to push
Yeah.
the bits further and further, and at some point you push too far.
See, my thing is plastic surgery, it's almost like money. It should be invisible. If it's visible, that means it's not good.
True.
So some actors like Tom Cruise,
Mhm.
he did Top Gun recently, like last year or whatever. He looks amazing. Man,
Yeah.
he's well into his 50s.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he's even maybe 60 or 59 or something like that.
probably.
So if you look at all the cast from the first Top Gun, fuck man.
No, of course.
Fuck.
But
So
you know
he
that-
had plastic surgery, but it's so subtle that you don't see it, and that's good plastic
Yeah.
surgery. If I can tell you had plastic surgery, that means it's not good.
True. But some do plastic surgery not just to fight age, but like when you see but Tom Cruise before he arranged his teeth,
Yeah,
it wasn't the same. Cristiano Ronaldo
also.
wasn't the same. And there's this story I'm gonna go tell you this quick story because it relates to the article in Japan. I think it was Japan. Yeah, they have another relation like a. Another vision on what a relationship should be. So they have those speed datings where it's
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
much do
yeah.
you earn and this and this and this.
Yeah, it's
and,
very
and-
straight to the
and-
point.
And the woman tells him like,
I'm sorry, you don't make
I
enough.
have this,
Next.
this. And there's this guy that married this woman,
Oh, that's a beautiful story. Yeah, go ahead.
and very nice. He's happy and everything, and he gets he
They are
is-
both good looking.
they both good looking, and
They have kids.
they have a kid,
Yeah.
and the kid turns out to be ugly.
Ugly as fuck.
So, and the guy started asking questions and discovered that his wife had plastic surgery before meeting him,
And she was ugly.
and she was ugly.
So
before, like-
she got the gene got through
Yeah.
their kid.
and he sued her,
Yeah. And he sued her saying what?
saying that it's
You
like
tricked me.
it's like a false advertising, a false
Advertising.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do
Do you think he's right to sue her?
Well, if that was the criteria of selection, I can understand his frustration. Because it's like if I told you Miss Pretty, she comes to me and she tells me like the only reason I'm with you is if you have money, and I fake it be a Tinder swindler, whatever.
True.
I have no money. Well, she would be pissed, and if it's a society that accepts it, she would probably sue.
No, she lied on the criteria of selection for sure. So she should suffer the consequences, and she should be reprimanded for it. You know, some people told me, oh yeah, the celebrities, they are pretty, but it's because they are rich.
Well, money makes people.
I disagree. Here is my argument that I had
Uh-huh.
with
All right.
the friend today.
I like when we were alike.
Here is an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I asked a girl earlier today. I will send her this link for the podcast. I think she would like it.
Mm-hmm.
So Elon Musk
Yeah.
showed her the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk, when he was doing the PayPal thing,
Mm-hmm.
he had like hair issues, and
Yeah.
he had a
Yeah.
little thing for the hair.
Yeah.
So now he has a full head of hair.
Yeah.
He looks better. So I asked her, I said, from 1 to 10, how would you rank Elon Musk when he was a PayPal era? She said, well, he's like maybe a 2. She was very harsh, very, very harsh. Which is interesting because in the US, we tend to grade like a lot more generously than in Morocco. In Morocco, 10 out of 20, because we rank out of 20, is actually good. It's a passing grade. But in the US, it's a failing grade. But anyways, so keep that in mind. So she gave him a 2. I said, okay, how about now? And I showed him a picture where Elon Musk, for me, nice teeth, nice jaws, full head of hair. He looks good. And she said, we'll give him maybe a 5 or 6. So convert that to the US thing. It's more like a 7 or 8.
Okay.
And I said, he has all the money in the world.
Yeah.
So money is no issue for him. What do you think he can do to be a 10? Can he be a 10? And she said, oh, he cannot be a 10.
No, he can't.
So even with all the money in the world,
But-
he cannot be a 10.
But he made a jump from 2 to
Whatever, 6, yeah.
which is a huge jump.
Of course, but there is a limit because genetics is your limit. Genetics
Of
is the
course, there
limit
is-
that
there
even
is.
plastic surgery cannot
Of course, 100%.
cannot overcome.
You cannot become like the most beautiful person in the world.
Starting from like
But
the ugliest.
definitely, I think money gets you to a point where you're more attractive.
I think it could. So when you say money, do you think plastic surgery?
No, like money gives you not the fact of holding money, but with money.
What can you do to be prettier with money besides plastic surgery?
Well, plastic surgery, handling your teeth, handling your eyes.
Yeah, all of that.
Face treatments,
The-
anti-aging stuff, whatever.
Which
the
in
bullshit.
my opinion, don't work at all. All those creams, etc. I think it's also all
not
placebo
just
effect.
cream, but like if you look at in the
Botox,
US, they
etc..
have, they have like real laboratories that takes your blood and
Re-injects it,
re-injects
etc..
it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, and it's been proven to work. So
Yeah, but can it make somebody who was a 5 or solid 5 or 6 to a 10?
well, I think it can take a 7 to a 10, but not like a 2 to a 10.
I don't know, man. I think a 10.
What's a 10 for you? For
Ooh.
instance,
Oh,
is
for men or women?
for men. Like is
Brad Pitt.
Cristiano or Ronaldo a 10?
No, he's 8.
No.
for me. 8.
He's an 8. Okay. How would you rank
That took
him?
a strange turn. I think Brad Pitt, when women say he's gorgeous, I agree with them. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, but that's subjective as well. This is why we cannot say like that it's possible, because what's an 8 for you can be a 10 for someone else. Et cetera,
of course,
et cetera.
but I think
But there's
what
My
can
best-
Cristiano Ronaldo do to become a 10? In my opinion, nothing.
yeah.
Genetics.
But some would argue that he's already a 10.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, of course. But what I'm
but-
saying is that if he has, okay, let's say Cristiano is an 8 and Brad Pitt is a 10. So the more you look like Brad Pitt, the more you are 10, which is obviously wrong, because even if you take Brad Pitt's eyes and the hair and the jaws and the whatever, you can never be like him. So what's going on?
I love this
So here's the thing. For me, you can never be a 10 if your genetics are not. So Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Kardashian,
Mm-hmm.
for me, she's a 10.
All right.
She had plastic surgery, tons of it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a 10. Her sisters also had plastic surgeries, also tons of plastic surgeries. They can never be a 10 in my eyes, in my book.
Well, a lot of people argue that Kylie Jenner is the cutest of them all.
Okay.
And she's the one that's
That's stealing the thing, the tender.
was like
Ugliest. She was a
she
ugly
was
duck.
the ugliest of
You know,
of
she
the
broke
lot.
her jaw.
I don't know
That's
what she did.
crazy,
but, like
man.
they go far. They go far for sure.
Yeah, they go really far. So, I'm trying to hang up. So, anyways, so here is the bottom line. It doesn't matter who you consider to be 8 or 7 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think once you start reaching those very high numbers, money cannot buy you perfection.
Physically.
Physically.
But having money is also very attractive because
Yeah.
you have a lifestyle. You have
True.
things that. The best example for me in those terms is the Jay-Z, the rapper.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know, like no offense.
How much
very
would you
big
rate
fan.
him? Physically, of course. Not his music. His music is a 10. I'm not a big hip hop fan, but he's a 10. So
If
physically,
he
he's
wasn't Jay-Z,
like if he was.
This
If
is-
I said, "Hey, this is my cousin Omar,"
yeah, well, he'd probably be very low.
less than 5.
Yeah, probably.
Fuck, man, come on,
Man, and,
Jay-Z.
no offense, but he's
I got 99 problems with the bitch.
yeah, he has 99 problems, and one of those is his looks.
Okay, yeah, I think Jay-Z. He's like if he's like dressed up like correctly, and of course, when you see somebody coming out of a
Like,
Bentley.
that's another thing.
Yeah.
How you dress.
How you dress, how you walk, how
Women-
you how you
women-
talk, how you
For
stand up,
women,
etc.
Personally, for me, it has an impact.
Yeah.
The way she dressed, the way you and let's not kid ourselves. Like expensive clothes have that effect. Because
Makeup.
Makeup.
Fuck yeah, we
good
don't have
quality
makeup.
Makeup and everything. So it gives you
An edge.
An edge. Maybe not. It's not like the total game changer. I agree, but it gives you. An edge.
I think it gives you a point.
Yeah.
Like if you can go from 6 to 7, but you cannot go from 6 to 10 by dressing up nice and having nice makeup.
Remember that guy? What's his name? The guy that got banned from Instagram.
Oh, so many of them.
No, you know that guy that's like women are this, women are that.
Tate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tate. That guy said he says a lot of bullshit, but he said one thing that I
I think he's
agree.
funny. He's playing.
No, but I
role.
agree with one point that he said is that money. He said that money, like, gives you a bit more attention, especially for
looks?
a guy. No, like for like a woman would give you 2 seconds of her attention, but with money she would give you like
An hour.
a minute,
Mm.
like let's say.
An hour.
No, it depends. Of her
But a
profession.
minute is all I need,
But
baby.
but basically, in that period of time, you have the time to shuffle around.
Yeah,
your
yeah,
other
yeah, to play your
assets,
cards. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Like if you're funny, you can be the funniest guy in the world if she doesn't even look at you.
That's true. That's
So-
true. I mean, of course, if you see someone
So
coming
money
out of a Bentley or
facilitates
someone,
some of that thing. Like okay, I'll give an extra attention. You know,
Mm.
and for some people that makes a difference.
yeah.
But in this case, to come back to this Miss Pretty,
Mrs. Pretty. So she's something else. So, anyways,
Yeah.
let's go back to what he said. So, like you said, from the standpoint of a business person, it's a bad decision to marry you. The answer is very simple. So let me explain. Put the details aside. What you are trying to exchange is beauty for money. Person A. Oh, we already read that, so I'll take care of it. Don't worry. Hence, from the viewpoint of economics, I am an appreciation asset and you are a depreciation asset. It's not just a normal depreciation, but exponential depreciation. So, if that's your only asset, so he adds, your value will be much worse 10 years later. I don't know if it's an exponential depreciation asset. Her beauty, she's 25. She will not start going down rapidly in terms of beauty. Like she will
Well-
not be ugly at 26.
No, I think what he means is that like the difference between 40 and 45, like or maybe a bigger gap, like between 25 and 35,
Yeah.
will be bigger. Will be smaller than the difference between 35 and 40.
I don't know what I got
Et
from
cetera,
it.
et cetera.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying,
But-
but what I got from what he's saying is that she is, and here is what he adds because he explains this a little more. By the terms we use in Wall Street, every trading has a position. Dating you is also a trading position. If the trade value dropped, we will sell it, and it's not a good idea to keep it for long term. Same goes with the marriage that you wanted. I might be cruel to say this, but in order to make a wiser decision, any asset with great depreciation value will be sold or leased. So,
or least.
yeah. So
I love this. There was this show called Ballers.
okay.
You know that show
No,
with Dwayne Johnson? He's
Oh.
an agent of players,
Okay.
and he handles their money.
Okay.
And he had a famous phrase which reminded me. He said, if it drives, floats, or fucks, lease it. Which I'm not saying personally, but
Yeah, you know, it's not a bad
By the way,
financial
the-
strategy.
like, as much as she has
So
a
to
very
speak on.
particular position,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sorry. Yeah. No,
JP Morgan CEO
yeah.
has quite a position as well.
It's actually he's reflecting what she's
Mm-hmm.
saying, because she is selling herself short by saying all I have to offer is my beauty. So
Yeah.
okay, so if we take this under consideration, then again all I have to offer is my money. So
Mm-hmm.
let's put it this way, in those terms. Of course, she has, I hope for her, a lot more to offer than her beauty, and he has a lot more to offer than his money. So
No, she definitely has an issue on her vision of life in general.
True. But also, like, I think he was a little bit. He didn't make the right calculation when he said that she is a rapidly depreciation value.
Well,
At 25, she still has a good 10 years if she works out a little bit, like, and she eats right. I think she still have a good 10 years where she could be even, like, usually women have, or men and women, they have at least until they are 30, where they can still have like great physical attributes.
100%.
So saying that at 25 she's rapidly decreasing, her value is rapidly decreasing, is a little bit exaggerating. And of course,
And it
when
depends.
you buy shares, if it starts going down, it's time to sell. But in her case, at 25, she still has a good at least 10 years, depending on her lifestyle and her genetics.
But
et
if
cetera, et
we
cetera.
he refers in this case only to beauty.
Mm.
So beauty fades. That's
Of course.
that's biology.
Yeah.
So if she's selling herself only on that point, you kind of tend to agree with what he's saying.
True.
So
It's just the time frame. Like, she has a good 10 years in front of her before she starts declining. Like
Yeah, but-
women and men in general, they have until, I mean, I would say. Anyways, here is what he finishes with, and this is actually pretty interesting. He says, anyone with over $500,000 annual income is not a fool. We would only date you, but we will never marry you. I would advise that you forget looking for any clues to marry rich guy. And by the way, you could make yourself to become the rich person with $500,000 annual income. This has better chances than finding a rich fool. And he signs, hope this reply helps, signed JP Morgan CEO. So technically, you're only looking for money. So be the one you're looking for. Be the one that makes you happy. Because if happiness is just money, then you can,
True.
make yourself happy.
Definitely.
And I think it's also like, all right, women, see, I'm not that bad guy after all. See, I'm girl power. Like, there we go.
well, this has been written with the optics of giving a lesson,
And also
Right.
being funny.
and of course,
I don't think
sarcasm
he's-
is
yeah,
part of
sarcasm
it,
is like
part of it.
there.
But yeah, I think it's a pretty smart answer to that girl saying basically that as much as you're looking for a rich fool, you're actually the fool.
Yeah.
And if money is that important to you, get it yourself.
Yeah. Get it yourself. And also, like, if that's the only thing you have to offer, then
Then you should.
then let's put it this way. Then the only thing that I'm supposed to be offering is money. Then it's not really a good bargain. So
Yeah,
I would be with you with like those average looking women, as she says, are with rich men, maybe because like they have more to offer than their beauty or average beauty per se.
100%.
Yeah. So let's finish up with one last question.
All right.
Give me 10 for men and a 10 for women. Who do you consider to be a 10 for men and a 10 for women?
Beauty wise,
Of course. Regardless of how much money. But usually, it could be someone we know. But I doubt you would... I doubt we know any 10s, man, to be honest. Who's a 10 for men? Who's a 10 for women? And in the comments, tell us, who do you think is a 10, dead or alive? who was a 10 and at what age, and who is a 10 for men and who is a 10 for women. Who do you consider to be a 10 and a 10?
I like one woman that I find to be a 10,
Yeah.
which is Gal Gadot.
Oh, fuck, man. You
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Like, give me the man.
This is why it's beautiful. because it's subjective.
See, that's
And
the
for a man, I don't know.
I
if,
think, by the way, I'm sorry, so you can think a little more. For me, Gal Gadot, she's cute.
Mhm.
I would say she's a solid 7.
Man,
She's a solid 7, maybe a low 8, but solid
on,
7.
come on, man.
She's a high 7, low 8. That's it. And for the men,
for the men, I don't know. Maybe. I don't have one
I
in
need to
particular.
look up the
Maybe
name.
like
Come on, just say
Gerard
it.
the Butler.
huh?
Gerard Butler.
Okay.
You know the guy?
No, let me look
It's
him up. Gerard.
Butler.
Oh yeah, the 300.
Yeah. That guy, you know.
Yeah, he could be. I mean, you don't feel very confident with your choices
But
right
me
now.
personally, beauty alone.
Yeah, right,
Come on.
right. So I think for men,
Uh-huh.
a 10 is. I think Brad Pitt is a 10, and you know what?
Mm-hmm.
He has been. You know why he's a 10 in my book? Because I feel like he has been a good-looking guy from his teenage years to his adult.
I
years.
get what you mean.
and I think consistency is really playing on his
One,
side.
one that was consistent as well is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, he's not really.
But
He doesn't do it for me. But
okay. And for the women,
hold on, I'm looking for her name. See, I'm not really good with names in general, but celebrity names, I'm horrible at them. So, she played in Baywatch. Try to see if you can find her name. Baywatch. She has, I think, an Italian name or something. She has blue eyes. Oh, Alessandra Daddario. Do you see who I'm talking about? All right, let me show you her.
Oh yeah, I see.
I think she's pretty.
Well, no, that's why it's subjective, guys.
Exactly, exactly. But you know, like, you could ask me tomorrow, I would give you 2 different names.
Yeah. Probably.
Anyways,
All
I
right.
think this is it for today. That was actually a fun one.
Yeah,
I hope you
definitely.
guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Give us your number 10 for men and women, and we will see you next time. All right, peace out.
Peace.